Kurunji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
Free bus for LKG to 8th standard.
Free, hygienic and nutritious food.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurunji Education Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurunjischoolnkl.in.
So, for us, optics totally completed, ma. So, first ray optics we completed, and then by yesterday we completed wave optics also, right? So, from today onwards, our concentration is numericals. That is what in our textbook, back side of the chapter, we have exercise problems now, right? So, from today onwards, we are going to discuss exercise problems. First, ray optics. That is why today class is ray optics numericals 1. After completion of ray optics, we will start to discuss wave optics, right? And one more important thing is, when I am in a discussion, when I was discussing the chapter, that is what theory I completed, that is what I did, and I completed all the example problems, right? That exercise problems now we are going to discuss, so that all problems from ray optics we will finish. After completion of this, we will go for wave optics, right? Okay. So, in this class, we are going to discuss here 3 problems, right? First, this is the first problem. First, I will read the problem, and when I am reading the problem, you must concentrate, because it is not theory, it is a problem. So, every line is important, every word is important, right? And every sentence also important for us. See here, right? So, in case of ray optics, see the first exercise problem. See this: a small candle 2.5 centimeters in size is placed 27 centimeters in front of a concave mirror, of radius of curvature 36 centimeters at full stop. At what distance from the mirror should a screen be placed in order to receive a sharp image? Next, describe the nature and size of the image. So, the like question, describe the nature and size of the image, full stop. If the candle is moved closer to the mirror, how would the screen have to be moved? If the candle is moved closer to the mirror, how would the screen have to be moved, right? Okay. So, again from starting, I already told you, in physics problem, theory also gives some information about numericals. That's why every word, every line is important. See here, a small candle 2.5 centimeters in size is placed. So, here this candle is the object, 2.5 centimeters in size is placed. So, generally in most of the cases, the object is erect. Placed 27 centimeters in front of a concave mirror of radius of curvature, right? So, concave mirror means you have to imagine it will be like this, and this side will be rough and inside will be reflected surface, curved reflected surface, right? Next, radius of curvature, concave mirror of radius. What is meant by radius of curvature? right? It is the distance of center of curvature from pole, that is called as radius of curvature, which is 36 centimeters, right? Full stop. At what distance from the mirror should a screen be placed? At what distance from the mirror should a screen be placed in order to receive a sharp image? Right? So he is asking, what is the distance of the screen from the mirror to get a sharp image? That is one thing. Next thing is, describe the nature and size of the image. That is the second thing. And third one is, if the candle is moved closer to the mirror, how would the screen have to be moved? This is the third thing, right? So three things we have to find, right? First, so in any physics problem, I used to say many times, first you have to read the problem. For example, now I completed to read the problem, I completed to explain the problem also. Now I am going to explain the solution, but first step while solving any physics problem is, first you have to write the given values. For example, here a small candle of 2.5 centimeters in size, means height is 2.5 centimeters, no? H1 is 2.5 centimeters, right? Is placed 27 centimeters in front of a concave mirror. That is what? Object distance u is equal to minus 27 centimeters. Why minus? You know the sign convention, right? Next, r is minus 36 centimeters. R is minus 36 centimeters. It is also sign convention. Otherwise, simply can remember, for concave mirror, radius of curvature is negative. Next, f is equal to r by 2, that is equal to minus 36 by 2. Here they have given. So you know the formula r is equal to f. We already discussed the derivation also in the chapter ray optics, right? When r is equal to f is equal to r by 2, no? F is equal to r by 2. So that is minus 36 by 2, that is equal to minus 18 centimeters. It is what? Focal length of the mirror. Focal length of the concave mirror, that is minus 18 centimeters. Minus 18 centimeters, right? That is. Next, by mirror formula, that is what? 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u, no? 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u, no? So 1 by v is equal to 1 by f minus 1 by u, right? So the f value, you know, that is what? Minus 18 plus u value. Actually u is minus 27, but already minus is here. So minus into minus plus. So 1 by minus 18 plus 1 by 27 is equal to. So mathematically, if you do that process, that is what? Adding of these two fractions, right? Then you will get it as minus 1 by 54. Minus 1 by 54. Observe carefully. 1 by v is equal to minus 1 by 54. Then what about v value? It is minus 54 centimeters, no? Minus 54 centimeter, right? So based on this sign, because v is negative, no? V is available in negative. Based on this, you can say that the screen should be placed at 54 centimeters from the mirror on the same side as the object. The screen should be placed at 54 centimeters from the mirror on the same side as the object, so because of this sign. Next, we are going to see what is the magnification. The formula m is equal to h2 by h1, that is equal to minus v by u, that is equal to minus of minus 54 by 27. See here, that is what? Minus v by u, no? Right? So what is v? That is minus 54 by minus 27. It is what, Minus 54 by minus 27 and already minus is there. So that what is the result? Minus 2 is the result. Therefore, size of the image, you know, size of the object is h1, no, that is given, that is as 2.5 centimeters, and size of the image h2 is equal to, size of the image h2 is equal to minus 2 into 2.5, that is equal to minus 5 centimeters, minus 5 centimeters. Okay, that is based on this, that is what minus, you can say that image is real and inverted, image is real and inverted. Okay, so based on this minus, image is real and inverted. See this sign convention, right? Next, see here, if the candle is moved closer to the mirror, how would the screen have to be moved? How would the screen have to be moved, right? So if the candle is moved closer to the mirror, if the candle is moved closer to the mirror, right, closer to the mirror, here the image moves away from the mirror. That's, you know, very well, but once again, because of in the problem they are asking, no, that's why. If the candle is moved closer to the mirror, the image moves away from the mirror. So the screen would have to be moved farther and farther from the mirror. Full stop. Closer than 18 centimeters from the mirror, the image becomes virtual and cannot be taken on the screen. That is the nature of virtual image. That's, you know, very well, right? So closer than 18 centimeters from the mirror, that is what in the bracket, when the focal point is crossed, the image becomes virtual and cannot be taken on screen, right? So while discussing this problem, you also have to keep in mind the ray diagram of concave mirror. There are 6 different positions of object now. So for 6 different positions of object where the image will be formed, where the image will be formed, that is important. Okay, right. Next problem, second problem. See here, ma. A 4.5 centimeters needle is placed 12 centimeters away from a convex mirror of focal length 15 centimeters. Full stop. Give the location of the image and the magnification. Full stop. Describe what happens as the needle is moved farther from the mirror. I will repeat once again. This is what a 4.5 centimeters needle is placed 12 centimeters away from a convex mirror of focal length 15 centimeters. Full stop. Give the location of the image and the magnification, right? Full stop. Describe what happens as the needle is moved farther from the mirror, okay, right. So first, I already told you, every physics problem first you have to write the given values, right? h1 is the height of the object now, which is 4.5 centimeters, and u is minus 12 centimeters, because here they mention now u is minus 12 centimeters, and f is equal to plus 15 centimeters. F is equal to plus 15 centimeters. So while discussing this problem, you have to keep the ray diagrams of convex mirror. So for different positions of object, there are only 2 things according to our syllabus. So these 2 things you have to keep in mind regarding the convex mirror. See here. So f is equal to plus 15 centimeters, because f is positive for convex mirror. F is positive for convex mirror, right? Okay. Next, by mirror formula, you know that mirror formula, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u, right? And what is focal length, what is image distance, what is object distance, everything we know. What is focal length? Distance of focus from pole. Focal length is the distance of focus from pole. Similarly, what is image distance? What is the object distance? Distance of object from pole. What is image distance? Distance of image from pole. All the distances should be measured from pole onwards. It is the conventional condition. All the distances should be measured from pole onwards, right? Next, if you look at the sign convention, if the distance is measured along the direction of incident ray, should be taken as positive. If the distance is measured opposite to the direction of incident ray, should be taken as negative. Otherwise, you can take Cartesian sign convention also, that's also not a problem. This is also we are calling it as Cartesian sign convention because generally the incident ray is always from object to the mirror something, no. So that's why it is along positive x-axis means we are taking as positive. If it is along negative x-axis, some other, for example, image distance or focal length, radius of curvature, whatever it may be, if it is along negative x-axis means we will take it as negative, right? That's why no problem. But it is all about sign convention. And see here, by mirror formula, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. But if you write 1 by v as a subject, 1 by v is equal to 1 by f minus 1 by u. See this? So what is f? Plus 15, right? What is u? Here, minus 12, but already minus is there. So minus of minus means what? Plus. Plus 1 by 12, that is equal to 3 by 20. 3 by 20 centimeters, right? It is what? 3 by 20. If it is 3 by 20, we want v, no? 1 by v is equal to 3 by 20. Then what about v? 20 by 3. See here. 20 by 3. So when it is 20 by 3, you can say it as like this, no? So that is what? Plus 6.67 centimeters. 6.67 centimeters behind the mirror. Behind, why behind the mirror? See here, the sign convention, it is what? Positive, right? When it is positive, here it is what? Behind the mirror. Behind the mirror, okay? Right. Next, here, magnification. Magnification small m is equal to h2 by h1. That is equal to minus v by u. This is a formula we know, right? So this formula for us, we know very well. Magnification m is equal to, magnification m is defined as the ratio of size of the image to the size of the object. Otherwise, distance of the image to the distance of the object, right? And substitute the given values, whatever they have given, and some what we found also. See this, here in place of v, he is writing 20 by 3 for calculation purpose. Otherwise, you can put 6.67 also, no problem, right? So it is 20 by 3 by what is u? It is minus 12, no? Right, minus 12, and it is minus, already minus is there, and v is plus, right? Okay. So do that calculation, then minus minus will get cancelled, and afterwards it is what? 2 6 ja and 2 10 ja, right? Then automatically it is what? 2 3 and 2 5, right? So if you do that calculation, you will get it as 5 by 9. 5 by 9, and here size of the image h2 is equal to, size of the image h2 is equal to 5 by 9 into h1. It's a mathematical thing. Just he is asking to find, he is going to find size of the image, that's all. So m into h1, already h1 we know that is 4.5 centimeters, right? So given, then it will be 2.5 centimeters. Size of the image is 2.5 centimeters, right? So in this question, he is asking location of the image, right? That is what we found, image distance. Then afterwards, and the magnification also we found it is 5 by 9. And last he is asking, describe what happens as the needle is moved farther from the mirror. Okay, right. So here, as the needle is moved farther from the mirror, the image shifts towards the focus. The image shifts towards the focus, okay, and goes on decreasing in size. Goes on decreasing in size. So when I am saying these words, that is what this last 4 lines of information, you must keep the ray diagram of convex mirror in your mind. It is compulsory, right? That is the basic thing. That is the very important and basic thing, right? Okay. Next, see here. It's over, ma. As the needle is moved farther from the mirror, the image shifts towards the focus, but never beyond f. But never beyond capital F, and goes on decreasing in size. Goes on decreasing in size, right? So it's over. Next, third problem. See here. So first I will explain you the problem, then we will go for solution. See this. A tank is filled with water to a height of 12.5 centimeters, full stop. The apparent depth of a needle lying at the bottom of the tank is measured by a microscope to be 9.4 centimeters. 9.4 centimeters, right? So the apparent depth means what we are feeling, what we are sensing with our eye. But the real depth will be what is the actual depth present. That is the difference between apparent depth and real depth. Real depth you can also call it as actual depth. Okay, right. So a tank is filled with water to a height of 12.5 centimeters, full stop. The apparent depth of a needle lying at the bottom of the tank is measured by the apparent depth of a needle lying at the bottom of the tank is measured by a microscope to be 9.4 centimeters. To be 9.4 centimeters, right? Full stop. What is the refractive index of water? What is the refractive index of water? Okay, right. So we have to find what is the refractive index of the water. Next, if water is replaced by a liquid of refractive index 1.63 up to the same height, what distance would the microscope have to be moved to focus on the needle again? Right? So here two cases, one is because of water, then afterwards water is replaced by some other liquid of refractive index 1.63. What is the position of the microscope? What distance, right? What distance would the microscope have to be moved to focus on the needle again? To focus on the needle again. Okay, that is, see here. See this, a solution, right? Now we are going to discuss. See this. Tank filled with water. Tank filled with water. This is what the real depth. So what is the real depth? See, a tank is filled with water to a height of 12.5 centimeters. No, right? So when the tank is filled with water, the real depth is 12.5 centimeters. Real depth is 12.5 centimeters. That is the height of water in a tank. Next, apparent depth is 9.4 centimeters. 9.4 centimeters. See here. So real depth is 12.5 centimeters and apparent depth what they have given, that is what lying at the bottom of the tank is measured by a microscope to be 9.4 centimeters. It is what apparent depth. Okay, right. Next, refractive index of water, that is what air and water, that you know, real depth by apparent depth. Real depth by apparent depth. I already told you, real depth is the actual depth. Real depth is the actual depth. Apparent depth is the depth what we sense with our naked eye. That is important. Okay. Without knowing the difference between these two, we may confuse some sort, right? That's why it is very important for us what is real depth and what is apparent depth while explaining the phenomena of refraction, right? That is what is meant by refraction. When a light travels from one optical medium to another optical medium, when a light propagates or travels from one optical medium to another optical medium, at the point of separation of both the media, it bends. It appears to bend. Actually, it appears to bend, right? So the bending of light ray, when it propagates from one optical medium to another optical medium, at the point of separation of both the media, is simply said to be refraction. There itself we are getting the quantity, that is what? Refractive index. So refractive index of a medium tells us the amount of bending for a light ray. Okay, that is what about refractive index, right? So it is real depth and it is apparent depth. It is what 1.63 given. 1.63 is the refractive index of water given, is equal to 12.5 already he has given, and apparent depth, right? So here when he is writing that value, that is what 12.5, right? 12.5 here, that is what in case of refractive index of water, here real depth by apparent depth, no, it is what 12.5 by 9.4, it will be equal to 1.33. It is what when tank filled with water, see the heading, tank filled with water. But in the next part of the question, he is asking when the medium, that is water is replaced by some other liquid having a refractive index 1.63, right? See, that is what the refractive index of liquid is equal to real depth by apparent depth, no, real depth by apparent depth. So here it is 1.63 is equal to 12.5 by apparent depth. From this, apparent depth is equal to 12.5 by 1.63, 12.5 by 1.63, which is approximately equal to 7.7 centimeters, right? So if you do this mathematical calculation, you will get it as 7.7 centimeters, right? Okay. So what can we say, ma? Distance through which the microscope has to be moved, that he is asking. Distance through which the microscope has to be moved is 9.4, that is what 9.4 centimeters minus 7.7 centimeters, right? So that is 1.7 centimeters. So 1.7 centimeters is the distance through which the microscope have to be moved to focus on the needle again, okay, right? So in this class we completed to discuss 3 problems, right? So 3 very important problems. One problem is belongs to concave mirror and the next is convex mirror. Afterwards the last problem is apparent depth and real depth, right? So in our next class we will continue the next problem. Thank you.